jacket under or over your Augusta hoodie. Probably not going to be enough. Certain times of the year, just a hoodie. For the next 3 days, you don't hear me say a whole lot. You must finish this list, but for the next 3 days, let's finish the list. We get a good 10 hours of sunlight, just about. You get 7 to 5. It starts kind of fading out. Fading in at 7, fading out at 5, so almost 10 hours. What we have on your list today, I don't think it's going to take you guys 10 hours, but just a reminder, if it's 3 o'clock, you need to come and dump and go back. We've only got 3 days to get everything done. Because most of us are going to want Thursday or Friday off. If you're like Jordan, he wants to work Friday, and if I come up with something for him to do, it's not going to be at a property either. It's going to be here at the shop, because a lot of our customers might not want lawn service going on Friday either, the day after Thanksgiving. So we got 3 days, 3 10-hour days to get everything done. If it's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, and you're full, but you got to come dump some and go back, this week we're going to do that, because we've only got 3 days to get everything done. Reminder, if you have any questions about your route before you go, I'm more than happy to look at your list, look at the properties, and go over where can you leave debris, where can you collect, all that. And then lastly, it happened again. Our bank account was compromised, so we're debating on going to direct deposit. We'll let you know what that looks like. But for now, we got to be a lot more careful with checks, because that's what's happening.
I believe it's most likely somebody, either if the check is left somewhere, either taking a picture of it or going through people's trash. Yeah.
I remember one time in the group chat, a check was found on a customer property. Could that have been?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have got that. That was mine.
Yeah, that. But yeah.
Yeah, any check left, out of our possession can be photographed, and then the way that people do it, they can take the ink off of it, print the actual check, or they can actually take the numbers off of it, order checks somehow, some way. The bank's trying to figure it out. They filed a police report the first time. I'm gonna go back up there today to see if we can see any similarities between the first time and the second time. There's actual people going up there, and trying to get it. So we got in the group chat, that's that photo of the guy, but nobody knows. It's not a familiar name to anybody. So, but yeah, just be careful with your checks. Burn them, rip them up. Always have them in your possession.
Yeah, this week might be your last paper check here, though, and we'll explain it the more we find out about that. And the last two things, the little checklist for what you need on your truck is right here. If you need something and you don't have it, let me know. I think now that we got 2 new hedge trimmers, it should just be ladders at this point.
Then finally the new bags here.
They're right outside this door. Alright. Boom, boom. Got both those handled. And then one switch around, Gabe and Jordan, Will and Jaquan. Josh is gone, off to his new job, so hopefully he does well. And that's all I got.
Yeah, and that's a kind of a good little segue. Whenever y'all come in, we tell you, the field level position is great. You make the best money mowing grass out of anybody probably in the Southeast at least. But that's not really where everyone here has the potential to do more and make more, and I think most people want that. So whenever we talk about personal growth and financial, trying to find financial success and what you want, that's really the big goal. Everybody's got to make money, and so that's mowing grass is part of it for right now. But Will's doing it. And then I've talked to a lot of people. I love our monthly meetings, talking about the goals and what y'all want to do beyond this. There's been a couple people wanting to do real estate. Got Jaquan wanting to do trucking. Connor wants to do real estate. Jordan wants to do real estate. And then we've got several people wanting to use the Augusta vehicle to become a general manager, own their own location. So got a lot of people thinking about it. And then, as far as somebody inside the organization, you can talk with Jeremy. I'm sure y'all have heard his story, where he went from the field. Now he's an owner of this location, and we're going to be opening up another location on a 50-50 split. So that's where I get my most satisfaction, is seeing y'all go after y'all's dreams. So when you hear Dino speak, always be thinking about questions to ask somebody, because one of the best ways to get somewhere is to find somebody that's already been there, so you can ask those questions, find out about their mistakes, and try to extract that information from them. So please give your attention to Dino. He's going to give you some really good nuggets to think about.
Well, thanks guys, I appreciate it, Brian. This kind of stuff is always enjoying to me, simply because my path has kind of been interesting along the way. So I graduated from Lakeside High School. From there, went to USCA, played baseball, wanted to go pro, had some opportunities with the Yankees and the Reds, but I was too short, too slow, so that didn't help me out. From there, I ended up at a college called Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach, Florida. So went on this path of college and education and marketing and business, but there was always this bug inside of me, this entrepreneurial spirit. I always wanted to do something on my own. So I had these grand visions of doing incredible things. Well, my first job out of college was a copier salesman, and it was not the most lucrative job, but it taught me, I think, some of the most important things. It's just a grind out there, right? Every day y'all are grinding, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your business life, whatever that is you want to do. So transitioning into that, after that, ended up, I wanted to be, my own business owner. So I owned restaurants for 12 years. Well, right around that 12th year, 2008, we got hammered. I lost everything. I went from making $90,000 to $100,000 a year in 2008 to literally making $25,000. And it's just kind of how life takes you, right? And then from there, ended up getting an opportunity, got out of that. I was, in my mind, this business owner, and it all bells and whistles and all the nice things. And the next thing you know, I ended up in food sales. Worked my way through that, and then ended up working at Club Car. So Club Car was probably the biggest transition in my career. So at Club Car, I covered the United States and Canada for them, selling their utility vehicles, which was probably one of the coolest experiences that I've ever had. Been to roughly 45 out of the 51 states in the US. There's nothing like being able to travel. Good money, there was, the base was pretty low, but had the opportunity to make a lot of cash. But that bug was there. So I ended up going into the lab business. So I ended up running labs for a guy during COVID, which was a very interesting thing. There's nothing worse than swabbing someone's nose. You're swabbing 400 noses a day in a drive-through in the middle of the heat. But the money was great. It was probably the most money I ever made in my life. And then this opportunity came up. So my father passed around 1.5 years ago, and when my dad died, he was my best friend. The one promise I made him always was I was going to take care of my mom, and the second part of that is I was going to be happy. I always felt like, I was always searching for that next thing, and I was never enjoying and happy and glad with where I was at today. So this opportunity came up the day after my dad passed. My buddy called me and says, "Hey, I've got this opportunity with Dirty Girl," which, as we were talking, who was it? You. Ray Carnes, the guy that owns Rectac, big grill company. He also owns this other company. Well, that was the opportunity that I saw. So next thing you know, I move into that role, and we acquired the distillery, and then now our revenue numbers continue to grow. But ironically, I took a huge pay cut going from my last job to this job, because it was really about fulfillment. So I know the message here is really about what is the next step for you guys. And there's really a couple things that I always take away from it. I really didn't know what I wanted to do till I was 44 years old. I'm 46 now. My passion is really understanding what a problem is in a business and then fixing that problem. But I want to get paid for it. So that's just really how I set myself up. And I said, hey guys, if you want what I can bring to the table, then you're going to pay me the money that I want to be paid. So I guess at a point you can, I don't want to say demand that, but at a point when you've gained all this life experience, you can start justifying the balance of revenue to the value that you bring to an organization. But so I guess the key takeaway from that is, guys, whether you're 20 something or whether you're 50 something, it's never too late to understand and go after what you really want. I think that's the most important thing. The second thing is that if I look at my resume, man, I worked in labs, I worked in food, now I'm in liquor, which is a lot more fun. There's not much that I haven't done in my career, but it's still got me to where I'm at today. And it's all about those life experiences along the way. I think it's rare to have an organization that really encourages you to go out and find more. But the one thing a lot of people do is they get to a point in a business where they're so frustrated that they quit, and then they never took advantage of the time that they had leading up to that time when they're quitting. And if you guys have a place like this and you've got all the ability to work and also go after these dreams like real estate, or end up being partners and understanding more opportunities in this business, you really need to take advantage of that. It feels like we never have enough time in the day, but I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger said it best, if 6 hours is plenty of sleep, if you need more sleep, just sleep faster. And you don't need a lot. I mean, it's all about that grind. My next step is to write a book. That's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to take all my life experience, I'm going to write that book, because I don't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. I want to get this thing growing. I want to get a really nice payday out of it. I want to make a difference. And then after that, I want to have financial freedom where I can watch my kids grow up and travel and do whatever that I want to do. So I guess if you look at where your guys' career path is that take advantage of the organization that you have today. I think that's the most important thing. The second is as you're learning along the way, take advantage of all those life experiences, because I promise you, no matter if you're cutting lawn and it's about being precise as you cut an edge, whether you're communicating with a person, whether you're asking them for money, which is an uncomfortable thing, all of those are traits that are going to only do you better in business or whatever career path you take down the road. So don't look at the things that you have to do today as a means to, an end. Look at them as a means to an opportunity. And I think that's really, really, really what's cool about what you guys are doing here. So I'm not going to bore you guys all morning. I know you got a lot of things that you're going to have to do. But for me, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to you guys. For us, I'm not poaching, but we are always looking for opportunities as our organization grows. We're always looking for good people. On our end as well, we're always looking to help. So if you guys are looking to understand or learn something new or talk to people about different life experiences, Brian will have my contact information. This isn't a one-time thing for me. If you ever have any questions, trucking, I deal with trucking every day. I mean, I got trucks running in and out of my warehouse every single day. I know what it costs to ship them. I understand what the freight looks like. I understand what $5 a gallon does compared to $3 a gallon. I know guys that bought their own trucks and tried to do it over the road and what that was like. Real estate. Our owner, David Hopkins, one of our owners, Ray's our other owner, he started in the real estate business. I mean, there's a lot of people through our network of people that are accessible to you guys that we can help, at least give you some backstory on things to maybe find out if that truly is the path you want to work. I mean, real estate, it's a grind. I mean, you won't make any money for a few years. Right now, if you look at real estate as far as all of Maybaum and all these other people, I mean, they are completely loaded with people. But it's a great time to start learning about it, because the economy, unfortunately, we're about ready to see a dip. When we see that dip, the housing market's going to drop, and it'll be an opportunity to buy, build. People are going to be looking to refinance. There's a lot of different things. Buddies that were in the mortgage business that were financing and getting home loans. Point being is, y'all, this to me is a future relationship, and however I can help this team and help Brian, I'm committed to doing so. So that's really what I got, guys. I mean, if there's any questions or any thoughts or anything like that, just know life is just a grind. You got to enjoy it along the way, and I didn't do that enough, but if y'all can, it'll only make your lives even that much better down the road. So
well, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Try to stay warm out there, boys.
Yes.
If anyone wants to stay and ask